far as weather goes, um, the big record that jumps out at us is the record amount of snowfall on St. Patrick's Day last Friday, back in 1973. So what is that, 50 years?
Yeah.
50 years ago
Pretty much. Exactly. Yeah.
on St. Patrick's Day, 21.3 inches of snow.
Oui.
The month of March has got quite a few days where we picked up close to, if not over, a foot of snow, record amounts of snow, just to kind of give you an idea. So Marches in the past have not been always predictable that spring is just around the corner. It might be, but it's hiding in some of these years. Some of the years, and one in particular was just the opposite, and that was 2012. We had 7 record high temperatures in March in the year 2012. The 14th and 15th of March, 78 degrees both days. And then starting with the 17th, St. Patrick's Day, and going through the 21st. It was a record high temperature every day in 2012. 80 degrees on the 17th, 73 the next day, 84 the next day, 83 the next day, and then on the 21st of March, it was 87. So that just kind of gives you an idea.
Right into summer.
Yeah. Boy, slam bam, there it was.
Yep.
Right into summer. And 2012 not only was one of the top 5 record-breaking warmest years that we had, and I'm talking years, not just over the summer, but case in point, March. And we had a number of record high temperatures in October of that year also. But dry conditions. 2012 went down in history as one of the top 10 driest years on record. So that was quite a year to remember.
Yeah.
None of that going to happen here over the next few days. But as we said, the record high on this date was set back in 2012. It was 83. The record low was 3, set back in 1965. We're going to work our way up pretty close to, I think, 46. What are we looking at right now?
Well, we're approaching it right now out at the airport, 37, downtown Midlands at 39. Here at Radio Center, we've got 38 degrees, but that wind is keeping up out of the southwest, 23 miles per hour. We've got gusts of up to 32 out at the airport, giving us a wind chill of around 26. So that wind stuck around from yesterday. We're still feeling it.
Yeah, we've got a high pressure system that's over the Carolinas right now. That high is going to work its way west. So it's going to go back into more of the central part, south central part of the United States. So eventually that is going to be warming our temperatures. Right now, what it's doing is providing somewhat of a gateway for warmer temperatures a little bit further to the east of us, because we have not one but 2 low pressure systems to the west of us. And they're going to be moving up through Minnesota, extreme northwestern Wisconsin, the northern or the western tip of the UP. So everything to the west of that, we're going to be looking at bitter cold temperatures, snow. Then to the east of it, we're on the warm side. Right now, the warm front is working its way up through the lower peninsula. So a little bit later on this afternoon, that's going to allow that temperature to move up into that mid 40 degree range. Looking for low tonight of 32. Sun will set this evening at 7:48, rise tomorrow morning at 7:38. But the clouds will be moving in later this afternoon. A few sprinkles around tonight. Nothing really of any measurable consequence. But then some spotty showers are in the forecast for tomorrow. Mostly cloudy skies, warmer. We'll approach 50 degrees. I think we're going to come up just a little bit short, but spotty showers around, especially in northern Michigan during the day tomorrow. 48 for a high, 32 for a low. The spotty shower activity will continue into the day on Wednesday. Once again, 48 for a high, 40 for a low on Wednesday night, so quite mild. Thursday, still some clouds, still some showers around, 52 for a high on Thursday, with pretty good chance of rain shower activity continuing into Thursday night. So this week, other than today, is just going to be cloudy, damp, There will be a breeze to contend with, southwest gusting to 30 as we go through the day, about 10, 12 miles per hour tonight. Then the winds will decrease just a little bit tomorrow out of the south, about 10 miles per hour, southeasterly tomorrow night, about 10 to 15. And then that southerly breeze will continue Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, mostly cloudy, middle 40s for a high, low 30s on Friday night. Another system going to be moving in, affecting our weather. Saturday looks like clouds with some rain and snow, becoming partly cloudy during the day on Saturday, middle 40s early in the day, decreasing to low 30s by Saturday night. And then Sunday, partly cloudy skies, 52 is going to be our high on Sunday. So the roller coaster ride continues, but fortunately, it's more from the upper 30s to the mid 50s that we're going to be looking at over the next several days. Record amount of snow on this day, we won't even worry about. Okay. Don't even want to talk about
We're
that.
in no danger of even coming close to it.
And no. A year ago today, it was quite mild. 57 was our high, 34 was our low. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by, who do we have?
We'll be talking with Gary Kaufman from Star of the West to kick off our week of market reports here. And then, as per usual, we'll be speaking with Doug Klein from Oppenheimer. All of that's ahead. But first, the weather report today brought to you by Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Star of the West. They are looking for hardworking, self-motivated people to join their team for the 2023 spring season. We're talking general laborers and tender truck drivers. For more information, they do have a meeting coming up this Thursday, March the 23rd. It'll be at the Tuscola Street location in Frankenmuth or at Emmett. That's where they're going to be interviewing people. No appointments are necessary from 4 until 7 this coming Thursday. So mark that down. Before we get to Gary Kaufman at Star of the West, Jonathan, the Michigan Sugar Company announced this morning that they have a new president and CEO. He's coming from American Crystal Sugar Company. He worked there. He's been in the Minnesota area for the past several years. He's been in agriculture for more than 30 years. Mm-hmm. So we're looking forward to having the opportunity to talk to Neil Junkie, who will be coming into town on the 3rd of April. So we're looking forward to talk to him over the next few days.
Absolutely, we are.
So, Gary Kaufman, good news, bad news, a combination of both?
Well, I'd say a combination of both. Last week, Terry, the wheat and corn arena had positive weeks overall, where the soybeans did not. And of course, we're lower on corn and wheat right now, but actually, old crop beans come back quite a bit. They were down 20 early on, Terry, and now they're up a nickel. So there you go.
We'll take it.
Yeah. So right now, as we sit here, we got cash wheat down 9, Terry, at 656 on the white, 606 on the red. New crop also down 9 at 685 on the white, 635 on the red. Cash corn down a penny at 578. New crop down a penny at $5. Cash soybeans up a nickel at 14.11, and new crop is actually down a penny at 12.47.
So have we been selling product over the past week or so? Is that what's influencing the markets right now?
Yeah, that's definitely on the corn front there, Terry. Last week, China came in and gave us a good boost. They picked up close to 83 million bushels from the U.S., and that was the first Chinese purchase in quite a while. So, um, you know, with the continued concern about the bearish fallout from the banks, that was a welcome sight to see some more exports. Even though overall we're still down about 39% from a year ago, but at least there's some China demand there, and that's helping the corn arena. Soybeans, last week we were down 31 cents, and it just, I think one of those things when you hear about this Argentina drought and the worst drought in 60 years, you think the soybean market would be bullish, but it's just kind of the opposite. So it's kind of like one of those things. And, China soy purchases has been pretty decent. So, but the funds were pretty long in that arena and that complex. And there was a lot of selling going on. So that's kind of the downfall for the beans. And we actually seen new crop beans fall below $13 futures for the first time since August of last year. So, but they made a recovery and we're back up over $13 on the futures on new crops. So maybe we've seen the bottom. I guess time will tell as we move forward to the rest of this week, and look forward to that planting intentions report on the 31st. That's going to be the next big market mover, Terry.
Yeah, right around the corner on that.
Yeah.
Gary, have a great day.
I will. You do the same. Thank you, Terry.
you. Gary Kaufman over at Star of the West. A little bit more in depth. Doug Klein joining us right now.
Yes, indeed. We'll head over to Oppenheimer and talk with Doug. The market report today is brought to you by Schaefer and Beerline. Are you ready to upgrade to a new Ram truck for your family farm? Now is the time to order your new Ram 1500, 2500, or 3500, so you should see the folks at Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth. They're the Great Lakes Bay's certified ag dealer, and they specialize in all models of new Ram commercial trucks and vans. You can buy with confidence from Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth since 1852, where family and service sells cars. Also by Thumb Bank, they've been serving agriculture for over 125 years with 2 locations in Bay City, also in Cass City, Caseville, Pigeon, Bad Axe, and Marlette. Thumb Bank, where relationships are built on trust. And now for more news on the markets, we head over to Doug Klein at Oppenheimer. Doug, good morning.
Good morning.
And any more banks biting the dust here?
Yeah, they're kind of going down like dominoes, but yeah, it's hard to say who's winning and who's losing. Credit Suisse got a bailout, but it cost them 53% of their market value, and so they're down to 93 cents on the bailout. They were $2 last week and $8.50 a year ago. So, yeah, who knows? I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. First Republic is down 18% today, and I think they got some sort of a bailout from 11 different banks last week, so it was all good. They were $40, $45 last week, on the bailout news, and now they're 18. So I don't know. It's really hard to wrap your head around this. I don't know what to tell you on that one, but I did come up with a new plan. Finland is the happiest place on earth. So what we should do is just rename our country Finland and identify as Finland and pretend, everything's good, get a little duct tape, whatever it takes, and boom, we're happy again.
Yeah, boom.
Boom.
That's a bad word.
That's the only plan I got. I don't know.
All right.
Smile through it.
Yeah, lots of grins there.
Bitcoin hit 28,000 this morning, over 28,000. So that's come back $10,000 per coin at least in the last few months. So I don't know what's going on there, but it's kind of a vote of no confidence in our particular banking financial system. I don't know. Again, I don't know what to make of it. So I'll just give you some numbers here. The May corn is 6.32 3/4, down 1.5 pennies. December corn is 5.59 3/4, down 1.5. The May soybeans 14.83, up 6.5 cents. November soybeans 13.13, down 0.5 penny. The May wheat is $7.50 a penny, down a dime, and the December wheat 7.32, down 10.5. The crude oil is 66.36, down 38 cents. The heating oil is 269.78, up 2 cents. Gasoline 251.02, up 9 cents, and natural gas 237 1/4. That's down 7.5 cents. Over to currencies, the Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar buys $1.36.86 at the border. That's down 42 ticks. The yen, the dollar buys 131.62 yen. That's down 17 ticks. The euro's at 107.12. That's up 46 ticks. The dollar's at 103.42. That's down 29 ticks. Gold's at 19.75, up $1.50. Silver's 22.57, up 10.5 cents. The platinum's at 993.10. That's up $14.50.
All right. Well, the good news is you're done with the report.
Mm.
Enough.
The bad news is we got a whole week ahead of us. Oh boy.
Is it Friday yet?
Yeah,
Is it
right.
Friday yet? Doug, you have a good one, all right?
Right. Yeah.
Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Along with us right now, we have Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Good morning, Jerry. How are you?
Wonderful, Terry. Hey, I made a prediction that was actually correct one time.
Wow.
I was out walking the other day, saw the snow had been melting, and there were the trails from the bulls chewing in the previous snowbanks that were on top of turf.
Oh, wow.
So,
I know we talked about that.
Yes, we did. So I got one right. So they're out when these snowbanks start melting away. As we get warmer in the next week, you'll see these little trails of chewed grass, and that's what it is. It's not a big deal. The grass will come back. But then the other prediction was snow mold. So as those snowbanks are melting and we see pink cotton candy on the ground, we just want to go and rake those, one quick pass over it, and the snow mold will go away.
Good suggestions. Jerry, okay, so your predictions now, what's your batting average?
Probably about 1. I'm up from 0.
Well, you can play for the Tigers then. Take care, Jerry.
All right.
All right, talk to you later.
Take care.
Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Quick break, and then Eric Sawatsky with Yo and Yo.
Star of the West Milling Company is hiring. Star of the West is looking for hardworking, self-motivated people to join the team for the 2023 spring season. A career opportunity open house will be held Thursday, March 23rd at 4 p.m. at 121 East Tuscola Street in Frankenmuth or at the Emmett location. Star of the West is looking for general laborers and tender truck drivers. Certain qualifications are necessary. Find out more information on March 23rd from 4 till 7 p.m. in Frankenmuth or Emmett. Star of the West Milling is an equal opportunity employer.
Hi, I'm Don Ellens, owner of Ellens Equipment. After 70 years, Ellens Equipment has grown from a single store in a small town to 3 locations across central and northern Michigan. I am very passionate about service and doing what it takes to keep our customers going. As we grow, we are looking for more technicians to add to our service team to provide our customers with the quality and service they deserve. If you have that same passion and want to join our team, please apply at ellensequipment.com/jobs.
We're back, Farm Service 790. Jonathan, understand that C.J. Miller from Michigan Ag Today sent us a feature regarding how this bank closure or bank problem is affecting ag, right?
Absolutely. He talked to a couple people about how farmers are responding to this.
Well, the top story this past week has been the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank here in the U.S., as well as the near collapse of Credit Suisse in Switzerland. Concerns over the stability of the banking industry are having a ripple effect on the ag markets.
Banking concerns here in the U.S. have turned into some major banking concerns in Europe.
And that's Rick Hollister, senior merchant and market analyst with the Andersons. It was reported that Credit Suisse was close to failing this week before a bailout by the Swiss Central Bank to keep it afloat.
This moment, it doesn't feel like the banking collapse, of 2008. Silicon Valley and then the New York Bank were sort of regional banks, probably too heavily invested in some of these newer financing products. But when you see Credit Suisse, that's a big deal in Europe. That's a big deal for grain trading. There's companies that clear through that bank to trade to Europe, trade to the Middle East. That's a little bigger deal.
Hollister says that the large banks like JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, and Citigroup appear to be on far more stable footing.
Along with us right now, Eric Sawatsky with Yo and Yo Accounting. Eric, a lot of us have got our tax returns prepared. What happens if we run into something that we just discovered?
Yes, unfortunately, we do see that every year where the return is filed, and either we stumble upon a new statement that has additional income or a brokerage statement that's corrected, whatever that is. So first step, I would say, touch base with your tax preparer and determine if it's a significant change to your income tax, especially if you would owe more tax than had been reported on the return. And you'll have to kind of determine the cost of doing additional work versus letting the IRS make a correction on your behalf. So that's the first step. The second is if you've already filed a return, if it's still before the final due date or the extended due date, if you filed an extension, you can file what they call a superseding return, which would essentially replace the original return that you prepared and filed, rather than having to go through a full amendment and waiting forever for the IRS to process that. So that's a good option if it's still before the due date or the extended due date. And then finally, if you receive a tax notice, so even if you identified this additional income and you've already received a tax notice, I would not recommend filing an amendment or a superseding return, because the IRS, it'll create a lot more confusion on their end. So it's better just to respond to their notice or to call the IRS and try and deal with it with someone live on the phone if you've already received some kind of notice on that change or that additional income.
Good advice. Eric, you take care. Have a great day, okay?
You too, Terry.
You bet. Eric Sawatsky with Yo and Yo Accounting. Jonathan, got some numbers in here real quick. The food at home prices rose 10.2% in February. In January, they went up 11.3%. So we're just not getting ahead here.
Still on their way up.
Still on their way up. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery